The next column is My B. That's where your bids will show up. The next column is Bid. This is where you will place all your bids. Following column is our net change order, and then the price ladder. Now, there's various colors on the price ladder. I'll show you a couple of them. Yellow is yesterday's settlement. Green is the last trade / the accumulative quantity. We preset this at the cumulative because it's a little bit more indicative of what's happening in the market because of the trades. If you have it set by individual and it trades 1, then 500, then 1, it's going to show 1. But if you want to know that 502 traded, you keep it set at a cumulative, and that's what we preset it at. So if you roll up, you'll get a blue and a white. That will be your high. And actually, by clicking on the high or low, it'll take you right to it. This box here is your low in red. A center click on the price ladder will center screen. And this checkerboard here is also a centering button. Okay? If I'm going too fast, let me know. The next column over is offer. This is where you'll place all your offers. And then the My O is where your offers will show up. Let me change the color here to make this look a little bit better. Okay, so now to place an order, it's fairly simple. You just find your quantity. So I want to do a lot, and I find my price. Say I want to buy one at 69 3/4. I come across to the bid column, and I click on that bid volume, and there's my working order. Let me pull up an order book here for you. So here's my order book. Right. So this shows me I'm buying one market. My market is the in-mini S&Ps. I'm buying one. My volume is 0 of 1. My order type is L for limit. This is my price. I have not been filled, and this is the status of that order. It's working. This is when I put it in, and this is what's going on right now. Nothing. Okay, so that's how your order book works. And if you notice, there's also a red circle here. The order book to coincide with the one on the contract window. This one is contract specific. This one here on the order book is a universal cancel. This will cancel every working order you have on the platform, every market, regardless of what market and regardless of how many. So if you have 25 orders working, this will cancel all of them. So there's the 3 items you can do to a working order on the contract window. You can left click and hold it and drag and drop it to a new price. So I can lower it like that. If I right click a working order, well, this market is really cracking. If I right click the working order, I will get a revision ticket. And I can type in a different quantity. Clicking on the quantity, change that to 2. And I can change the price also. Then I'm going to hit revise. Now I can also pull it from here if I want to. I'm going to revise. Watch this will change to 2 and it'll go down a price. So that's the second thing you can do with a working order. And the third thing is a full regular click will cancel it. So the same thing on the offer side. I want to sell 71 evens. I click in the price, volume. There's my one lot working order. If I drag and drop it, I can change the offer price. I right click it for a revision ticket. I can change this to 2 lots or 3. And I can also change the price here. Hit revise. Full click will cancel the order. That's your basic order entry. Any questions? All right. Everybody seems to be fairly versed in this. All right. So this is what the general layout looks like. To do your strategies, can you do it from a chart? No, we do not have trading directly from the chart at this point, but it's something that we're working on and will probably be brought up in the near future. Okay, Bill? Hang on, what is this thing? Okay. Can the ladder be shrunk down in size? Yeah, sure. You can make the ladder small as you want. I mean, everything is configurable on this platform. So if I want to make the the column's smaller, you just go to all the junctions and find if there's a splitter bar. So if I want to shrink this, I can just shrink it over like that. Shrink it over, shrink it over. Shrink it this way. I can make it bigger this way. So there's a lot of items you can do to it. Just about any configuration you can come up with, we have. Make sense? Okay, how's that look? Good? All right, so now we're going to move on to our, the strategies. Now, right now we have the strategies all disabled. They're black, okay? Whenever you click on one of these strategies, they become orange, and then that next order you put in will be that strategy. So we're going to go next to this S. There's a little drop-down menu. This gives you your stop, different type of stop options, and market and MIT. So if I want to do a straight stop market, I click on that. It's an orange S, and I'm going to do a sell stop. So I'm going to come over here, and wherever I place it below the market, it will be my stop. So I'm going to go to my order book now. I'm working to sell 1 right here. Stop, S for stop, my 69 1/4. There's my price. The status is it's working, stop awaiting. Now I can change this same way before. I can drag and drop it. I can raise it. I can right click it. I can, same thing, revise it from here also. So everything can be changed on the fly. Okay? If I right click a working order, any type of working order from the order book, I can get details, revise, and pull. So I'm going to pull this order from here. So that's how a strategy, stop strategy works. If you wanted to do a trailing stop, you click on T for trailing and S for stop. And then wherever you put your stop, in the case of a sell stop, it's from wherever you put your stop to what the bid is. It will be your gap. So if I put this at 69, I'm like it's easy, 69 1/2, bid is 70 1/2, that's going to be 1 point. So if I come up here to my working order, it says price and T 100, that's 1 point. So that's what I'm going to trail always. So if this goes 70 3/4 bid, this will go up to 69 3/4. The trailing stop will trail the market always in the winner way, but once the market goes sellers, it will stay at the highest point, so it will not drift back down. So obviously what you want to do is get your stop above your entry point or break-even point and then start maximizing your profit. And you can change a trailing stop also on the fly. So if I drag this down here, now you see it's trailing by 1 1/2. I can bring it all the way up, and now it's only trading by 1/4. Same thing. Any type of order you have working is revisable on the fly. So that's trailing stop. Third button over we have is OCO. We have 2 types of OCO. Straight OCO and an auto OCO. A straight OCO is a straight bracket. If you want to bracket an order, say we're long on one lot, or you don't necessarily have to have on a position, but we're just going to pretend that we're long on one lot here. And I just go over and sell the prices I want. So if I'm long one, say I want to sell 73 even, I just click in the offer. As long as you have OCO on, it will not go in. So I'm going to click in the 73 even offer box. Here's my limit price, 73 evens. I'm going to come down here and say I want to stop myself out at 70 even. Here's my stop price at 27 or 70 even. Winner target, loss target, and then I hit submit. So there's my OCO automatically put in. I'm working up here. To sell one at 73, that's this one here. And the second one, this is my stop awaiting, and that's this one here. And I can change these also on the fly. Okay? That's regular OCO. The next one we have is called an auto OCO. This is where you build ahead of time what you want to make and lose. So say this limit box or my limit order, I want to make 1 tick, 2 ticks, 3 ticks, 4 ticks, full point full handle, and I only want to lose 3/4, or let's say 3/4. And I want to make this stop with my loser 3/4, and I can make that stop a trailing stop by just activating this T. So here's my winner parameter. I want to make a point. Here's my stop parameter. I want to lose only 3/4 on the point. And now what I do is I go down and place an order. So say I want to buy 20 or 70 evens. I'm going to click here. Here's my working order. I come back to my order book. I'm working to buy 1 at 27 even. When I get filled on this order, I will insert this order here, 1 point above at 28 even, and this one will be my stop 3/4 below, which would be 69.25. So I'm working this one, and these two are held activation pending. These are held on our servers until this order is filled. So I'm just going to drag this up and buy it. Now I bought that one lot right here at 27 or 71.5. 72.5 is my upper profit, and 73/4 is my loser profit, or target, right there. That's how auto OCO works. So now you can see on my position, I'm long on one lot. I'm 1 by 0. I'm down $13. You get a blue box now on the price ladder, which represents your average long position. So right now we're long 1. I'm going to sell 1 out here at 71.5 to flatten us up. Any questions? Hang on, let me see these come in. Hang on. Okay, hang on. These questions are hard to read. Can you do it to open either side of the open, for example? I'm not sure what you mean. Can you do it to open either side of? Hang on, I gotta make this screen bigger. There we go. All right, hang on. I can barely read your answer. Can you do it to open either side of the open, for example? Where do you OCOs go? You cancel them. Correct. I did cancel them. I'm not sure what you mean by can you do it to open. Can you initiate a position with a OCO? Please elaborate on the history column. Okay. Yes, you can initiate your position with an OCO. Anything can be initiated with a strategy. You do not have to have a prior position on that beforehand. So if I want to just stop myself into the market, I can use OCO and go here and here and hit submit. These are 2 working orders. So if the market breaks, I'll stop myself into the market. If the market rallies, I'll sell myself short. So you can use an OCO to initiate a position. I hope that answers your question. All right, so we're going to go on to the strategies a little bit more here. The next strategy over is GTC. This is a good till cancel button. If you want a good till cancel order, you have to have that initiated before you place your order. So anything you want good to cancel, turn the button on first, then place your order. And the last thing we have is called activation. These are activations that will trigger, can the P&L be shown in ticks? No, we only do the P&L in dollar signs. These are activations that will trigger your other order entries. So if I want to put an order in on a pre-open, I would click that. If I wanted to put an order in a specific time, I would set the time, then place the order. Such as, say, if I want to put this in at 11:31, hit OK. Here's my time parameter. I'm going to place this order right here. Right now on my order book, I'm working to buy a 1 lot at 70.25. It's being held on our servers until 11:31. So when 11:31 comes around, it'll place that order in. And the last button would be if you want to have something placed by a certain time, price. I want a trade to be activated if it trades a certain price, then puts one in. So there's that working order we did by time. It just went in. Okay? Any questions on the strategies until we move on to some other windows? All right, looks good. Okay, good. Makes sense? It's fairly simple. All right, so that's the main market that most people look at. A couple of other items that traders look at, we use a quote board, and I pull up a quote board from, anybody want to go over the order book any further? All right, I'm going to pull up a quote board then. So I'm coming down to the quote board, and I'll highlight my quote board. Now, my quote board, I have the ability of having 8 tabs. You have a tab here, and all you do is right-click on the tab and hit rename. So we're going to name the first one grain. So I'm going to have 8 tabs, all my different markets. So the first one is, we're going to come, third icon over is add a contract. I'm going to click on this. We're going to pull up commodities, and I'm going to add over my markets that I want to see. So I'm going to add over corn. Just highlight it. I'm going to add over soybeans. And I'm going to add over wheat. And hit OK. So now I have my quote board up here. In my upper left-hand corner, this is the properties of all the different types of headings you can have. Hang on, let me read this question. Can you go through getting up another ladder? Oh, sure. Hang on. I'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone here for you. You can pull up a ladder from your quote board. So we're going to add in the euro dollars for Stephen here. Come down to euro dollars. It would be foreign exchange. Euro FX, good enough for you? There's Euro FX. And add that over. Now we have the Euro FX. To bring up a new contract window, you can do one of 2 things. You can come back up here, hit contract, find your exchange, and bring it up. So there's another contract window. But if you have a quote board up, you have the ability of trading straight from the quote board. So right now we have corn, soybean, wheat, and FX on my quote board. If I right-click any of these markets, it gives me a trade, little menu. Trade contract, chart, market history, etc. So if I hit trade contract, it'll bring me up that contract trading window. So if you can either bring up an individual window anytime you want, but if you have a bunch of markets on your quote board, all you have to do is right-click it, hit trade contract, and you can bring up a window like that. Does that make that good for you, Stephen? Okay, so on your quote board, you can have any heading you want. I'm going to add in settlement. Just highlight it. This is the order it is right now. If you highlight it, you can move it this way. Or you can just take the header bar and drag it to where you want it. So I usually put the bid price next to the offer price. And then if I want to trade, I can right-click, hit trade contract, or I can hit right-click and hit add next. That'll give me the next consecutive month of that market. So say that I wanted more than 1 corn, but that's the wrong month. I just add in another corn, and then add next. And then I would just click on the month to change it. So I can change that to D. So right now you see I have all outrights there. If I wanted to see spreads, I would click on SP and pick the spread I want. Now you can see we have many spreads. So I'm pull up the calendar spread. So right now if I want to see a spread in corn, I would click March 12th, hit the drop-down menu, and here's my spread. So now I have the spread market in there. So any market you want can be pulled from the quote board also. Any questions on the quote board before we get into the next window? Nope. Okay, hang on one sec. I'm going to get into the charts now. If anybody else wants to backtrack anything before we get into the charts? All right. Let's see what this is. So T4 supports exchange defined spreads. Yes. Anything that the exchange sponsors, we have. So there's a certain intermarket spreads and like intercontract spreads for some of the grains. We have the ones that the exchange sponsors. Some of those crazy spreads you guys trade, we don't have. But if the exchange sponsors it, we have it. Okay? All right, so a couple things we have here too is the main windows most guys watch. We have the contract window, we have the order book, now we have the quote board, and then the last one most people watch is charts. You can pull up a chart 3 different ways. You can go to the main taskbar, hit the drop-down menu, and pull up a chart. Just find the market you want. On your contract window, you have a drop-down menu up here. And you want a chart, you would click on that. On your quote board, if you right-click it, it also gives you an option of bringing up a chart. So we're going to bring up a chart from here for the S&P. Here's my S&P chart. There's a couple items already loaded into it. All right, there's our chart. Now I have simple moving average up here. Let me make this a little bit bigger. And I have RSI on here. Anytime you have a chart and you want to get rid of something on it, you just right-click it and delete it. So I'm going to close that, and I'm going to close simple moving average. Okay. So here's my basic chart. Upper left-hand corner is the properties for your chart. You click on that, and you click on the chart name. It'll give you the ability to change the chart type. So if I want to change this candlesticks to open, high, low, close bars, I would highlight them there. I'm going to leave them at candlesticks, though. If I want to change the bar interval, I can change it here also. I can change this to, we'll change that to day. You can also highlight, as opposed to the 24-hour chart, to just the trading day time, the bit time. You can change all your colors are here, okay? So here's my hour chart. If I right-click the chart, let's go back to 1 hour. Okay. If I right-click the axis and hold it down, I can make the chart bigger or smaller. If I right over here, same thing. That's how you would move it around. This next set of icons below it, first one is your drawing tools. Hit the drop-down menu. Any type of drawing tool you want, you can add in. If you want to put a box, you just highlight it, draw your box, then you can move it around. Right-click it to delete. If you need Fibonacci's, you come down. We have 3 types of fibs. We have the floating scale, the fixed scale. Floating scale is basically kind of a point-to-point. So if I want to do from here to here, I drop the button, hit the arrow, bring it across. Now on my Fibonacci's, I can move them around. If I right-click it and hit Properties, I can change my ratios or add more in, change the color. You have your labels. You can turn off the labels, one or the other. Okay, and then we have the fixed scale Fibonacci's, which is basically the larger one. You go from here to here. Same thing. So right-click, delete, right-click, delete. Okay, the second icon are studies. These are different studies. So if I want to throw in Bollinger Bands, I highlight them, hit Add. If I want to throw in simple moving average, I click on simple moving average, hit add. There's my simple moving average. Now, same thing, if I right click it, hit properties, I'm going to change my simple moving average periods from 10 to 15 or 20, and I'm going to change my color to make this a little bit more distinct, make that a little thicker. So we have a lot of options on our charts. And the third icon is if you want to overlay one chart on the other. So let me see, I'm going to throw a mini Dow on top of this. There's a mini Dow imposed on top of the S&Ps. Okay? So I'm get rid of that. So those are the basics on the charts. Now, we have two types of charting systems. We have a basic chart, which is $95 monthly minimum. You have to talk to Travis and those guys. But it's about 20 studies. It gives you 1 minute or above resolution. And the advanced charts, they're tick resolution, 50-plus studies. You get a market profile, and you get a news window populated by need to know news. So those are the charts. Any questions? Now, along with the chart, same thing you can do on the chart. You can default a chart. So this. So say I want to put in Bollinger Bands in all my charts. If I go to properties and right-click it, I can hit set as default. So this is now my set template for my charts. So if I come down here and hit soybeans and I hit chart, it'll come up already replicated, so I won't have to rebuild every one. Okay? Let me see your questions here. Yeah, you can program your own scripts into the chart. That's a new thing. Advanced charts, they're $200 monthly minimum. But the way that our price system works is our minimums are higher, but our maximums are the same. So we have a $25 monthly minimum for just the desktop and 50 cents a contract capped at 500. It's $95 monthly minimum for the desktop and 50 cents a contract capped at 500. But if you trade anywhere over 190 contracts, you would basically met the minimum via trading commission. So basically, anything over 190 contract gets you basic charts for free. The advanced charts are $200 monthly minimum, and you get all the information I just passed on. And anything over 400 contracts basically gives you those charts for free. So it depends on how active you are. If you trade only 300 contracts for the month of January, you paid $150 in commission. You owe us $200 for the max for the advanced charts. So your charts for that much essentially were $50. Okay, so I think that answers that question. Yes, you can put your own scripts, I believe, in there. And can you show the market in volume profiles? Unfortunately, I cannot show you market profile on the simulator because it's an item that we provide and we actually give for free. You have to pay for it. So we do not have a market profile on the sim. I'm actually getting one built up right now where I can actually use it for a sim, but I don't have access to it right now. If you need be, we can do that on an individual basis. Can you set defaults on horizontal lines instead of default green? Sorry, colors on these lines. Let me see here. I know you can change, I think the lines are, I don't know if you can change the line colors. Yeah, crosshair color right here. Right now I have it red. You can make them black if you want. So now my crosshairs are black. So I think that should answer everybody's questions. Okay. Anything else? And we'll show a couple more windows and we'll start taking another question. Okay, so that's your chart. You have your contract window. You have your order book, your quote board. your chart. Let's make this a little smaller. And that covers most of the basics. Other than, those are the basics. One other window a lot of people keep up is an item called account profile, account board. This is really nice because this is kind of like your tote board. If you notice right now, I have it set up a certain way, but it doesn't give me a lot of headings because I took some out. But what this does is it keeps track of your P&L and position for every market you have traded. So right now I have the E-minis. I'm going to add in a couple items in here. Buys, sells, working buys, working sells. Okay, right now I have, let's make this a little bit smaller because we need to see this. Okay. So right now you see I just have the E-minis. My net position is long one. I'm down $13. I bought one. I'm sell one. I'm working nothing. As I trade other markets, automatically add them in. So I'm going to trade a euro. And watch, I'm going to buy a euro. Watch, it'll automatically add it in here. So there's my euro. I bought one. Down 13. I'm going to work one. Now I'm working one. So this, if you trade a lot of markets, this is really nice to have up because it keeps track of where you are and everything. Okay, because you're not going to really get your position off your quote board or your order book. This will tell you what you've done, but this won't tell you, like this will tell you you're working, but it won't show your position. If you trade a lot of different markets, you might want to keep one of these up to keep track of everything. Your individual window will show your position, but if you have 25 different positions on, you're going to have to want to have up an account board. Okay? All right, let me see a couple of these questions. Colors on them, yes. What data feeds do you use, and is that extra including the price? All our data, we provide our own data, so you have access to, we provide Board, Merck, Eurex, ICE, Life, and LME. Those are all data markets that we provide. If you have access to them, it's all dependent on what your FCM will give you. Okay? We do not charge any extra for the different exchanges. Let's see. What other questions? I think that's, did I miss anybody's question? Okay. All right, so that's most of the basics. I know there's a couple other items people want to know about. We have three platforms that we actually offer. What we've been going through right now is called the desktop. Another platform that we actually offer, all three come automatic. It's called the Web Trader. The Web Trader is a little bit more simplified version of the platform, but what's nice about it, it's all about accessibility. Show the flattened button on the ladder. Okay, I don't have that up. I'm going to show you it right now because I usually don't, because it's dangerous. In the strategies right here, we do not have a flattened button. So I'm going to go back to main properties and turn on this button here. This is the flatten all button. Apply, okay. So right now, my net position is long one. If I hit this, it'll automatically sell me one. So watch my all book. And a second. I'm going to hit the flatten all button. Automatically filled me one at 72.5. I'm one by one now. Is that what you're looking for, Todd? Okay. So the webinar, the Web Trader is all about accessibility. You go through our website to get it, www.ctsfutures.com, and then you you would go to existing customers and click on your FCM, and it'll bring you to a login page for the webinar, or I mean for the web trader. And what the web trader is, it's all about accessibility. It has a simplified version. It's not single click. You have to click on, you have 5 quote boards with 5 tabs on each. So you can have 25 quotes, and you would click on them, and it would bring you a trading kit, and you would fill it out and hit submit. The greatest thing about the web trader is it has access anywhere there's a computer and an internet connectivity. So you can use a Mac, you can use any computer you want. You can at the top of Kilimanjaro and trade on the web trader. So you don't have to download a program. Okay. That being said, it has all your trades that are in the system tied to it. So if you're working orders on your desktop and you're golfing that afternoon and you pull up the computer web trader in the pro shop, it'll show you all your working orders, and you change them, cancel them, whatever you want to do to them. The third thing that we offer is the mobile application. So you have any type of smartphone, you're able to pull up Cunningham on that phone. And the phone is very similar to the web trader. So it goes through your browser, same thing. It's not single click. You have to click on the market name and get up a trading kit. But you have access to live quotes on your smartphone 24/7. So those are the 3 items that we offer. And also being said is we hold your layouts on our servers. We hold 2 layouts for you. So anywhere you download a program from the internet, you can download on Grandma's computer in Florida and type in your logins, and that your layout will come up. So it's not computer specific. So you don't have to lug a computer with you everywhere. We hold 2 layouts. Most people have an office layout and like a laptop layout. And then if you need to hold more layouts, you can hold more layouts on your individual computer. All right, Todd, I just see, can you be logged on a smartphone? Good question. Can you be logged in a smartphone and a desktop at the same time? Yes, you can. You can go desktop and phone at the same time. You can go desktop and web trader at the same time. You cannot do web trader and phone at the same time because they're both browser based. All right, I think we got pretty much most of it. Oh, one last thing is we hold all your trades on our servers for like, I think 7 years maybe. So you can go to our back end at any time 24/7 and pull up your trading information. So if you want to know what you did for March 26, 2010, you just punch those dates in and all your trades will come up. So you don't have to have your platform up to pull up your order book to see what you've done. Anything else? I think that covers most of the basics. I know this is kind of over-encompassing and fairly quick. You can get my number off the website. It's my email is the best way to catch me. It's Tim@CTS Futures. So if anybody needs further individual tutelage, just email me and I'll get back to you. And we can do an individual webinar if you need to go a little bit further. So that's always accessible.
I know everybody's busy. I really appreciate your time, and I would encourage anybody to contact myself or Travis Vincent for questions about the platform or clearing here at Gibraltar Futures. We are doing this, showing everybody the platform so they can get a feel for what we offer and the extent of service that we offer here at Gibraltar. So basically, I think everybody has the contact information. You can just send an email to info@Gibraltar Futures, and we will respond. And I want to thank everybody for their time today. And and I saw a question earlier about account minimums and things like that. Those are pretty much volume and individual related. So if anybody has any questions about clearing, definitely drop us an email or give us a call here in Chicago at 312-347-4200. So Thanks again, Tim, and thanks everybody for your attendance. We'll talk to you later. Keep your eye on your emails. We will be doing educational webinars probably every week, every other week with some topics of interest. Thanks, everybody.